What's going on, folks? Welcome to GamersHeep.com, and I am the DIZ. That's DIZLAOBOI 916. You can find me everywhere, and be sure to check out our Gamersheep podcast. Today, I got you a review for a Call of Duty Black Ops, the First Strike DLC with 4 maps and one zombie mode map. First up, we got Stadium. I really like Stadium because I'm more of a close quarters running gun type of player, and this map just fits everything that you can want when you just stay moving and constantly shooting and dodging. It's really modern. I can say it kind of takes place. I think it takes place in like upstate New York, so the northeastern side of the United States. There's administrative buildings that you can run in and out of. There's an actual hockey rink that you can go around, but you can't actually go to the hockey rink itself, which is kind of disappointing. But whatever. As you can see right here, the hockey rink. But you get stopped right there at where the stairs are. Um, and yeah, and it's like I said, it's a running gunning map, in and out of buildings. It's really, you can go up high. There's stairs to go up places, and I just like the overall tone of it. It's not really dark. It's not like shattered by war. It's just a bunch of dudes shooting at each other in the middle of the day. I mean, thank God there ain't kids and women around here. I mean, it's really industrial. I mean, everything looks live. So, I mean, it just makes you play live, and it's, really a great addition to the Call of Duty Black Ops map. So, and next we have the Berlin Wall. This is without a doubt one of the biggest maps I think I've ever seen in Call of Duty, period. Um, just like the title says, it's the Berlin Wall, East and West Germany, where the east side of town is basically industrial, really run down. It's like pubs everywhere. It just really has that World War II like feeling. Um, and the West Berlin, I should say, yeah, Berlin, I should say, not Germany. Well, is Berlin isn't Germany. I don't, whatever. The West Berlin side is really commercial, shops. People go, to eat and stuff like that. So it's really more lively, more industrial. The overall atmosphere itself is really snowy, so it's really gloomy. And just the whole map, the entire map period is just a huge map. So there's a lot of places that you can just kind of get into a nook and just hide. You guys can see at the top left, there's a danger zone that you really can't go into, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But just the overall tone of the map is really dark and grim. Um, it's just it's really, you got to be in the mood to camp pretty much, and you really got to, I mean, it paid off for me to actually do like run and gun. I mean, I was just running in and out of places because I cannot stand when somebody's in a building in the far left corner somewhere, which is really ridiculous. Like I said before, there was a no man's land, just like in the real world. At the time when the Berlin Wall was still up, there was a no man's land of where nobody could basically go through. There's machine gun turrets to stop people from going through. So when you hear a siren, and you pretty much can't go through the middle part, or else you're basically gonna get shot by automatic turrets. So that kind of sucks. But then again, like I said, it's a huge map. You can snipe, you can run and gun, you can hide. It's a great addition. I said, like, just like Stadium to the Call of Duty map series. Uh, Next up, we have Kowloon. Now, Kowloon is based off of. It's actually inspired by the Kowloon city in China that was in the game of the campaign of Call of Duty Black Ops. You're on the rooftops. There's a lot of. You run around a lot. There's a lot of uphill parts. There's actually, the cool part is there's a few zip lines. There's two zip lines, I should say. As you can see right here, there's a zip line, and it acts as kind of a reward versus what do you call it? Like a reward versus cost kind of thing. Like, it's, you can, it'll help you go from one side of the map to the other, but at the same time, so you're exposed. You can't shoot. You can't move. So I mean, I've shot a few people off the zip line, and it's the funniest thing in the world. Um, so the cool part about this map is that it's really, you know, I can't even really explain it. You can't really go around too much and expect not to just get shot, because there's a lot of nooks and crannies around everywhere that you can just hide. A lot of guys are just gonna sit in the corner behind a chicken coop somewhere. So you know, I mean, you're jumping around a lot of platforms. You're up high and you can fall down pretty much. There's certain parts where you're shooting a guy and you just take one step too forward, and you just basically fall, you know, to your death. So it's kind of one of those things you got to really be on your tippy toes and just kind of either be careful or you could just fall to your death. But you know, it's a great addition to the Call of Duty series, and I think it's worth every penny. What else about this map? It's just, yeah, it's just. I mean, like sometimes I'll find myself just running and doing the diving, then I'll just fall right off the roof, which is pretty funny. But you know, I have fun with it. Uh, Next up we have Discovery. Now, Discovery is definitely a great map, but I really hate it because it's, I mean, it's overall, it's an abandoned research facility left over by the Nazi Germans from World War II. So I think in general, I just don't like snowy maps. Um, it's just it slows everything down. You know, especially when you're a run and gunner, you don't want things to slow down. Now, what I do like about this, there's four active paths that you go across from one side of the town to the other, or not side of town, but side of the map to the other. You're trying to get from, you know, from the other spawn point. So what I like about that is that you can shoot them or put a claymore or just throw like a sticker grenade or something, and it'll blow up. Just like you know, it'll just kind of, what do you call it? It'll just collapse, and you know, you'd have to basically run at full speed and jump across or completely go around. So it's a great way to set up your opponents. You know, somebody's behind you or coming at you, you can just shoot these blocks of ice that'll, it basically acts as a path, and you know, it just decimates the path. Now they can still get across it, but is it worth it to them to actually try to risk it, try to jump? So, and I just, overall, I just don't like snowy maps. It's just, it brings down the why I like Call of Duty. You know, I mean, everybody just turns into a sniper, um, and it just brings down the run and gun aspect of everything. And it's just the size I think it too is way too large. I mean, I just want to shoot at people, not shoot at blocks of ice. So, also included with the First Strike DLC is one map pack called Extension. Um, and it's pretty much everything I thought it would be. I mean, I'm not a real big fan of the zombie map packs, um, but at the same time, I appreciate what they're there for. So it's pretty much the same thing. You're in this kind of weird facility. Um, you know, it's you're basically building where there's zombies coming at you at the windows. You have to rebuild. You get money. There's a magic box where you get your weapons from. I happen to, in this scene, you can see I have the exploding bow and arrow, whatever you call that. So I mean, it's fun for what it is. I really didn't play too much of the zombie map packs. I thought it was cool, but at the same time, I could really care less. So unfortunately, I thought maybe there might be more zombie map packs, maps I should say, because Treyarch, you know, basically the zombies is their thing. You know, starting with World at War, I should say. But at the same time, having four multiplayer maps and one zombie map pack, or map I should say, is more than enough. I believe that the $15 price for the 1200 Microsoft points, I should say, is well worth it if you love Call of Duty, if you love the just multiplayer, and then again if you love zombies. So this is the DIZ coming at you from thegamersheep.com, and be sure to give me a rating, review it, comment, let me know how you feel, and be sure to subscribe to me on Twitter. That's twitter.com/DIZLAOBOI916. Thank you.